Raven's Hollow. The name itself sends a shiver down your spine, doesn't it? It's a town clinging to the jagged coast, a place where the sea mist seems to carry whispers of the forgotten. For decades, people have vanished here without a trace, swallowed by the fog and the town's dark history. This is the mystery that drew Clara, a bright young spiritual researcher, to its shores. She was armed with books, theories, and a relentless curiosity, but she was completely unprepared for the truth she was about to unearth. Clara began her investigation in the town's dusty archives, poring over brittle newspapers and faded photographs. The disappearances weren't random. They formed a chilling pattern, a timeline that seemed to revolve around one specific place, the old Blackwood mansion, a derelict structure looming over the town from a lonely cliff. The locals avoided it, their faces clouding over with fear at the mere mention of its name. They spoke of a curse, of a pact made long ago. Intrigued, Clara delved deeper, piecing together fragments of local folklore and forgotten diaries. The stories all pointed to an ancient sacrificial ritual, a desperate act performed by the town's founders to seal a malevolent entity. This demon, they called it, was imprisoned beneath the very foundation of the Blackwood mansion, its hunger for freedom echoing through the generations. The disappearances, Clara realized, were not just unfortunate events. They were offerings, periodic sacrifices to keep the seal from breaking. Her research led her to the town's oldest cemetery, where weathered tombstones bore the names of Raven's Hollow's founding families. As she traced the engravings on one particular headstone, a cold dread washed over her. The name was familiar, it was her own surname. The shock was a physical blow. Her family wasn't just from this area. Her ancestors were the very people who had performed the original ritual. The curse wasn't just a story she was investigating. It was flowing through her veins. Her bloodline was the key to the lock, and the seal was weakening. Clara knew what she had to do. The next blood moon was only days away, the night when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest, the night the seal is most vulnerable. She felt a grim sense of destiny pulling her toward the mansion. This was no longer just research. It was a confrontation with her own legacy. Was she meant to reinforce the seal, or was there another, darker purpose for her arrival? As twilight painted the sky in shades of blood and violet, Clara pushed open the groaning doors of the Blackwood mansion. The air inside was thick with decay and a palpable sense of waiting. Dust motes danced in the slivers of moonlight piercing through boarded-up windows, illuminating rotten floorboards and furniture shrouded in white cloths like ghostly figures. Every creak of the house seemed to whisper her name, beckoning her further into its depths. Guided by an instinct she couldn't explain, she found the entrance to the basement hidden beneath a frayed rug in the grand hall. The stone steps were slick with moisture, and a foul, earthy smell rose to meet her. As she descended, the temperature dropped, and the oppressive silence was replaced by a low, rhythmic thrumming like a monstrous heartbeat emanating from the very earth. Down in the darkness, she found it. A circle of ancient, rune-etched stones pulsed with a faint, sickly light. In the center, the air shimmered, coalescing into a form that defied logic. It was a being of shadow and whispers, its form shifting and writhing. 2 points of crimson light burned within the swirling darkness, fixing on her with an ancient, terrifying intelligence. This was the demon. It didn't roar or threaten. Its voice slithered directly into her mind, a seductive, venomous whisper. "You have returned, daughter of the sealers," it purred. "You carry the blood of my jailers, but you also carry their secrets." It promised her knowledge, the truth behind the ritual, the real reason her ancestors had bound it there. "They didn't tell you everything," the voice hissed. "They lied to protect their own power. Set me free, Clara. Break the seal, and I will show you what you truly are." The demon's words coiled around her heart, planting seeds of doubt and temptation. Was her lineage one of heroes or tyrants? Was she here to be a savior or an inheritor of a dark pact? The mansion ground around her, the stones of the seal glowing brighter as the blood moon reached its zenith. The air crackled with power. The choice was hers. Preserve the lie and the safety of Raven's Hollow, or embrace a terrifying truth and unleash chaos upon the world. We'll never know what choice Clara made. All that is known is what happened next. A single blood-curdling scream echoed from the cliff, piercing the night and startling the entire town from its slumber. Then, with a deafening roar, the Blackwood mansion imploded, collapsing in on itself in a tidal wave of splintered wood and dust, burying its secrets and the basement under tons of rubble. By morning, an unnatural silence had fallen over Raven's Hollow. Of Clara, there was no sign. She had vanished, just like all the others. The authorities searched for days, but the wreckage was too unstable, too complete. They declared her lost, another victim of the town's cursed history, but the locals know better. They whisper stories, huddled around their fireplaces when the mist rolls in thick from the sea. They say that sometimes, when the fog is just right, a figure can be seen standing on the cliff where the mansion once stood. It's the figure of a woman, her silhouette stark against the gray sky. Her eyes, they say, glow with a faint crimson light. In her hands, she clutches a leather-bound journal, its title just visible in the gloom, The Dark Secrets. She never speaks, never moves. She just stands there, a silent guardian of a terrible truth, waiting in the mist of Raven's Hollow. Thank you so much for joining me on this chilling journey. If you enjoy stories that linger in the shadows of your mind, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the edge of reality. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there.